Okay, there are two main ways to make money as an independent contractor for CR England. One is you have to manage your time and your clock. The other is you have to manage your fuel. Those are really the two main ways that you can make money. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about the clock and the Qualcomm. What this machine is doing is it's basically limiting how much money you can make. If you zoom in and take a close look, you'll see that at the 70-hour clock, I only have 1 hour left. That basically means that I can't drive anymore. So it's been like this all day. So I've been sitting here all day losing money. So by having this clock is the part of the business that limits how much you can drive and reduce the amount of money that you can make. So therefore, if you learn how to work with a clock and maybe cheat the clock, you're going to make more money than if you do it according to the way that you learned in class. Now let me give you a few little truths that are going to make all the difference in the world. You might have to play this back again to truly understand what's happening. But if you look at the clock is divided into minutes and hours. If you look at the approve button, you'll see that, or I'm sorry, the 8-day button, you'll see that each day it has the amount of driving time and it has the amount of on-duty time. Now, the situation is that the time is directly related to the money in the following way. As the Western Regional driver, as an independent contractor, every mile I drive, I get 93 cents. I also get approximately at this time about 42 to 44 cents for the fuel rebate. So overall, I'm getting about $1.35 a mile, which means that if the truck is traveling at 60 miles an hour down the road, which is a mile a minute, means that I'm making about $1.35 for every minute that the wheel is spinning. So therefore, my time when the truck is moving is worth $1.35 per minute. When the truck is not moving, I'm making zero. So the key to making money with a clock is always making sure that you have the maximum amount of time driving and the minimum amount of time on duty not driving. Now let me give you an example about how drivers throw away hundreds of dollars a week by not understanding how this works. When I originally started with CR England, I met with Connie in logs. She's still there. Connie gave me this piece of paper. Now what this piece of paper is it lists the 6 states that do not require a 15-minute pre-trip before you start driving. The states are California, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Indiana, Missouri, and Tennessee. Now let me tell you, we now know that a minute is worth $1.35 to an independent contractor. So if I spend 15 minutes in California doing a pre-trip, I basically spent about $18 of my own money, or I reduced by $18 the amount of money that I can make this week. So therefore, every time you're driving in a state that requires a 15-minute pre-trip, that means to drive in that state, you basically threw $18 out the window. So the first thing you have to do is you have to make sure that you're never doing pre-trips in states where it's not necessary. Now many drivers, because they don't know the 6 states, what they do is they just do a pre-trip and a post-trip every day. That's throwing money out the window. If you're throwing maybe 5 days a week, you're driving in a state that doesn't need it, you're basically throwing away 5 times 18. I mean, almost $100, over $90 a week being thrown out the window in unnecessary time doing pre-trips. So, as a tip, you need to understand that time is money. The only time you're making money is when the wheels are turning, and doing unnecessary pre-trips or doing anything on duty that's not driving is costing you a lot of money. So, number one, realize that the only time you're making money is when you're moving. You're making $1.35 a minute or $1.35 a mile. Make sure that you're not wasting any time doing unnecessary pre-trips. Only do pre-trips in states that you need to. It'll save you hundreds of dollars per month.